Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is March 5th to the 7th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, and Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.
It's Morphin time! Activate Beast Power! Unleash the beast!
Yo!
I do.
How's the night time right now?
How's don't mind it. How's the what?
How's it where you are right now?
It's good, man. We just touched down at Indianapolis, me and Rory, and we got a couple of cons that we're signing at, and it feels like a big blessing, bro, because we're meeting fans not just from the LA area or New Zealand area. We're meeting from worldwide now. You know, we're at Indianapolis now, first time ever. So getting to know, the place, the people, and the place we're gonna go and sign. So it feels good, bro. It feels good to just be out of home and then being able to do something during this whole crazy pandemic time. How about you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing well. We're staying safe. Been quarantined since I don't know, July. So yeah.
I'm working from home. I was tutoring my kid earlier, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
How is that?
Not my kid, my student. It's cool. Like everyone else, she's tired of quarantine, so I can't be mad at her about it. So yeah, her mama and I were talking about it. I'm like, hey, on the bright side, she got a gaming PC, so she can't complain all that much.
Exactly. She can't complain that much.
Guys, welcome to another special interview of Morphin Network. We have the Blue Beast Morpher himself, Jazz Banduwalia. Hello.
Yeah, Big Blue. I'm doing good.
So let's get things started. So, Jazz, how you get started with acting?
So I started, bro. I was just I think I was 12 years old. Yeah, I was 12 years old. My parents, well, especially my dad, he forced me into an acting school down by where I'm born and raised, out of Reno, Nevada. And so I started taking classes there, bro. And I was just the first day, it was an audit. You go in there, you meet the teachers, you learn about the program a little bit. They teach you, and I hated it. I hated acting. I was just too uncomfortable. I was a kid, so I didn't like embarrassing myself or being goofy. And I remember telling my dad as soon as we walked out, and the coach was all like, yeah, if you guys want to sign up, go ahead and just contact us, and you guys can start coming every month. So I quit after the first day, and then I think it was about a couple months down the road, I was ditching school. I was a bad kid, I was getting in trouble, being a kid, And I remember my dad yelling at me. He's all like, yo, you would have been better off if you're so, pursuing acting. It would have gave you something to look forward to after school. And I was like, you know what? I was like, just put me back in there again. I was like, let's just see where it goes. So they put me back in take two. That was a school named Take Two Performance Studio. So they put me back in take two. And I remember the first month and a half, it was a little rough, but I was like, I'm just doing it just so my dad doesn't, yell at me, or he's not this on my, my back the entire time. And that's when I started watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And right, there you go. And just from there, bro, I just started getting, I started watching it, and I was like, I want to do that for the rest of my life. Will Smith is having so much fun. He has amazing fans, and he's doing this as a living. This is his career, and he's making so much money at it, but he's also having so much fun at it. And then ever since then, I started incorporating some of his style into my career. And bro, I think it was 3 to 4 months later, I've been obsessed. I'm in love with acting, and I've been doing it for about 10 years now.
Right on.
Definitely.
Funny enough, I have recently watched your film Rebirth of Nikolai. I really liked that. That was really cool.
Did you? That was before Power Rangers too, man. That was something that me and my friends was kind of like, yo, let's just put something together, bro. Like, just kind of put more content out there. So yeah, I mean, it's not the best, but it was something that me and my friends hold near, very dear to us.
I mean, it reminded me of Lost Boys, and I really like Lost Boys. So
vampires, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of going into stuff, how did you get started with modeling?
Bro, I'm actually not a model. I don't pursue modeling. It's just I just love taking photos. And my brother, my middle brother Suka, and my older brother Navi, they're the one that want to get into modeling. So me, I was just like, yo, let's just take some. So I have like for headshots, for acting headshots, of course. And then I have a really cool Cynthia Smalley. She's my headshot. And she usually just tells me, she goes, just pose, we'll do a little photo shoot. Or if she wants to try something on her new camera, or she has a new location, she'll be like, let's do a photo shoot. Or just with my friends that bought cameras, they're like, bro, let's just do a photo shoot. And those are some of the pictures that I'll be posting on Instagram. And a lot of people think that I'm pursuing modeling, which I probably will down the road, but it's not something that, I'm very like working hard at.
Right.
Now, speaking of Power Rangers, now can you tell us the audition process was like for Power Rangers?
Oh, the audition process, the Power Rangers process?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. It's a funny story too. So it started on March 27th, 2018. Yeah, March 27th, 2018, or was it 2017 when we auditioned? 18. Well, I remember. Yeah, 27th, 2018, and it was a week before March 27th. I got the audition. And I remember waking up from a nap, and I saw my emails from my agent, and it said, well, this is for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. And I thought, like, whoa, like they're still making this, because I was like, they're still continuing. I was like, yo, this is cool. I was like, I grew up watching this. So immediately, I printed off the script. I started watching Ninja Steel all over again. And I was like, I want to get the most, what they're doing now, how they're making the show, what kind of vibe they're going for. And I was like, cool. So I started, I think I finished the first 6 episodes in the first day, just to kind of get a feel for the show. And then my first audition was March 27th. And I remember I had 0 martial arts experience, 0. And I went on to the audition, and the assistant, Iris Hampton's assistant, Adam, he asked me, he goes, after my read, he goes, let's say if we call you back, do you have any physical abilities you can show us? And I did I did boxing for a couple years. I was like, well, I did some boxing, but then Adam goes, oh, well, what about like martial arts, some kicks, some flips? And I was like, oof, right on the spot. I was like, yeah, I've been going on for about 6 to 7 months now, Taekwondo. And he's like, cool. He's all like, the next time, if we call you back, he's like, would you be able to demonstrate about 30 to 40 seconds for us, kicks and some combos? And I was like, for sure. Then he's like, cool. So immediately I was like, all right, I need to find someone that can train me. So immediately I flew back to Reno. I went to 360, met this amazing guy named Paul Riz. He trained me 7 days a week before I even got the call for the callback. he just started training. I was like, bro, I have a great feeling that I'm gonna book this. So 7 days a week, and then I got the second audition. About 2 weeks later, I got the third one, and that's when with Chip Lynn, the executive producer, and he was like, okay, he's all like, now I want you to perform something. I was like, cool. I did a couple of kicks and flips, and he wasn't very impressed. He was like, that was good, you know, but can you like shorten it to 15 seconds instead? And I was like, shoot. I was like, yeah, of course. You know, as an actor, you're trained to say yes to everything. You know, skydiving, you're like, yes, of course. You know, yeah, of course. He's like, all right. He's like, so I'm gonna call you back in June. And I was like, oh, so I'm already getting a final call back. He's like, yeah. So he's like, I'll call you back in June, and I want to see something more. I was like, cool. And June came around. I did the final audition. It was me, myself, Rory, Jackie, the people that did eventually get cast, and then like many of I think it was 30, 40 of us. We did it, bro, and the whole day was about 7 to 8 hours of just going in and out, different directions that Chip would give us, fighting or whatever it was, and then we all left, and Chip said we'll hear in about 2 to 3 weeks, and then a month passed by. And then July 25th, 2018 is when I finally got the call. I was flying back to Reno, and I finally got the call from my agent saying, hey, so I guess we're talking to the new Blue Power Ranger. And I was like, what? You know, and I was on a plane, so like we just landed in Phoenix. I was in a layover. You know, I was head between my knees. I was like, wait, is this real? Are you just messing with me? It's like, no, bro, this is for real. Like, you're the new Blue Power Ranger. I remember just, you know, before you get the news, you're like, oh, I'm going to cry. I'm going to, you know, sob. But I was just more in awe. It was more shocking. Like, wait, me? Like, out of 4,000 people, me? So, yeah, bro. And then I went home. I celebrated and then got the call from Chip Lynn. He officially introduced me to himself, you know, about what's going to happen and the whole process when we're going to fly out to New Zealand. And getting the call from Chip was a very surreal feeling because that's the executive producer. You know, he's talking to you just like, hey, what's up, Jazz? And, you know, not through your agent, not through anyone. And, September 1st, we flew out to New Zealand, and the rest was history. Dope experience, though. 4 months. Yeah.
What I remember about when we first saw you at MorpherCon, I don't know if you actually remember the two of us, but we actually did meet you 2 years ago. You actually remember this?
Yeah, I knew it.
All content, man.
Full circle, bro.
Oh, bro, that's crazy. You guys look like kids in that one.
That was like the next day after we had done like the after party and stuff like that. So we was a little train.
For real?
You were
that day, bro.
When we saw you guys dressed up in the costumes and stuff, like we're like, this is gonna be something very special. And funny enough, your season started off the Hasbro era of Power Rangers, and I would easily say it went off to an amazing start from start to finish.
Thank you.
Jazz, continuing with Power Rangers, you were part of one of the biggest crossovers in Power Rangers, the Grid Connection crossover. What was the process like filming the Dino crossover with Dino Charge, Mighty Morphin, and Dino Thunder?
It was a different experience, bro, because I remember, because this is the way how Chip Lynn works. He won't tell you something until it's like a couple days before, just so he can get you more excited, so you don't spoil the news. And I remember finding out that the Dino Charge Rangers were coming, and I was like, cool. I was like, that's dope. You know, I get to meet Brennan, because I already met Brennan at Power Morphicon and Davi. And I was like, cool. I was like, I get to meet James Davies. So they flew out, and then I found out that Austin St. John was coming, and I was like, wait, like this is the dude that started everything, you know? So that's when I was like, all right, cool. I need to, you know, keep my composure, stay cool, and you know, just be respectful, be open to listening, everything. And I remember seeing him. We met him, Chip. He took us to Taco Night. So he took our cast to Taco Night, where Brennan came and Austin St. John came. And I remember just seeing him, and you know, he has his energy when he walks into the room, and we're all introducing ourselves, you know, like giving him a hug, and he's just like, bro, he's super giving. Anything that you ask him, he'll give you the truthful answer. He won't hold anything back, no BS or nothing. And then just being on set, because us as, you know, the Beast Morphers Rangers, we got so used to seeing each other every single day. So every single day things were just like, oh, like, you know, you get used to it. So when we got Dino Charge and Austin St. John on set, we were excited to come to set, even more excited than usual. You know, we were excited to come onto set just to learn and see what they can give to us, what we can pass on to the future Rangers. And bro, I remember the first day when Austin said Tyrannosaurus when he first morphed. That was the day I was like, okay, now this is the. I felt I was fanboying. You know, my entire cast was fanboying. And yeah, bro. Overall, Austin, the Dino Charge, they're super, super. I have nothing bad to say about them. Just great things. Super humble, super giving, super thankful. But yeah.
Excellent.
What do you guys think about it though?
So here's the thing. We had watched it like months ago, and I watched it again. I'm like, this is still good. Like, cause like, all right. You watched it the first time, you're still letting the excitement go down. Like, no, it was a very well written 3-part episode. Even the episodes before with Chaku and stuff like that, I'm like, the second half of season 2 legit build up to that very moment, and I really like it. It could have been its own movie.
Yeah,
that's a huge compliment, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, like it's a 4-parter too. It's like the first episode, even the first episode of season 2. Well, like second half, actually, helped build up to it. It's like, damn.
Exactly.
Movie. I'm like, damn. Actually, I loved it. I watched it 4 times. I was like,
wow, thank you.
He did.
This guy knows.
See, that's crazy when like while you're shooting the show, you just hope for everyone to just like it, and just hearing great responses from you guys, it makes me happy just knowing that we did the best we could and it came across as that on screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Like part 2, we know it was like a clip show to reintroduce the villains, but I do like part 2 because it builds up Ravi, because we know Ravi loves detective stories like Sherlock Holmes. So I'm like, okay, I like that. And I really like the fight with the Dino Charge villains. So that was really cool too.
Exactly.
But part 1's my favorite because it has a lot of action, and I'm a stickler for choreography. So
yeah, I remember shooting those episodes too. They were just so much fun, for just playing Ravi and the kind of things that he just gets into. Like the stealing diamonds episode. He gets so excited about like, oh, I gotta find clues. The Halloween episode, of course, the Sherlock Holmes. So he's just always want to find a clue. Always want to. So I don't know. I love that about Ravi. I love that they did that for my character too.
What was the experience like filming your stunt choreography for an action scene? Like, let's say, like a fighting sequence or an action sequence. Like, what was the experience filming an action scene?
Oh, bro, it was amazing. Because we were limited to what we could do on set, stunt wise. Just because they didn't want none of us getting seriously hurt, because that was gonna delay production and all this. So before, bro, it was a simple thing. Is even if I'm jumping off of a table or doing a roll on the ground, they'll be like, do you need knee pads? Do you need a pad to practice on? Like, what do you need? We'll cater to you. Elbow pads. Be like, no, it's just rolling on the ground. I did this when I was a kid, but I come from where they're coming from. But once we get into like big fights, so what would happen is so the director for our second unit, which was the stunt crew, they would like, so our personal stunt doubles, they'd be like, okay, this is the fight that I want for Ravi, this is the fight that we want for Devin, this fight we want for Zoe, and then they'll take us aside. They'd be like, all right, Jazz, come this way. So my stunt double will take me to the side and take a couple electronics with him, and he'll be like, what are you comfortable with? I'll be like, okay, I'm comfortable with the roundhouse kick, butterfly kick, and back reverse kick. They'll be like, okay, so you're gonna go do this and this and this and that. So you're gonna do a kick, you're gonna run up to the wall, you're gonna kick the wall, and then we're gonna yell cut, and then we're gonna freeze. You're gonna get out of frame, and then your stunt double is gonna come in and flip for you, and then you're gonna land on the ground. So I was like, cool. And just seeing that, bro, just running up against the wall and then stopping, having my stunt double come in, he'll finish it off, and then seeing how fluid they were, and just seeing the final product, what even I could do. I was impressed with what even I can do. Because there were some fight choreos that when they would show it to me, they'd be like, all right, Jazz, you're going to go kick here. You're going to go with this one. You're going to flip this guy off. You're going to hit this guy with a stick. And then you're going to roll on the ground. I'll be like, there's no way I could do this. You feel like
I feel you on that.
They're like, there's zero opportunity I'm doing this. But just the way how they would teach you, they would make it so simple. They would simplify every movement, simplify every roll, to the point where you feel safe. Even if you get hurt, you're not going to get hurt seriously bad. So, yeah, bro, it was a big process, but at the end, you feel bad, bro. You're like, yeah, I did that. You see the playbacks, you see my phone popping on, I'm recording the playbacks. I'm posting this IG when this episode airs. So, yeah, so it was an amazing experience, bro. It made me feel like a superhero.
Awesome. I would say this. One of my favorite things, and I told this to Ryan and everyone whenever we reviewed the show, you and Rory doing the drop kick, the very first
Yeah, the first episode one, right?
I saw that and I'm like, I just yelled super kick party because I'm a big wrestling fan. And I said in every single one of my reviews, we need more drop kicks in Power Rangers because this is a fluid drop kick. And everyone did a drop kick at some point. I'm like, make drop kicks great. Let's make drop kicks great again and put them in Power Rangers. So.
Exactly. Yo, I saw just what you said, bro. A lot of people just love that drop kick that me and him had because it started off with me getting thrown into the barrels, and then it cuts to another scene, then it cuts to me and then Rory getting thrown, and then it cuts to Devin and I just bro, that was a cool moment. I'm glad they kept that in the final cut too.
Yeah. So like, other than that, yeah, the drop kick's cool, and it's funny how you said that you did boxing because I've always said like we need a boxer in Power Rangers. So it was cool. Were you able to put some of your boxing techniques in some of the fights you did?
Yes. So that was, if you look at most of my fights are gonna just be like throwing punches or like throwing hooks, but they were very different to how boxing on camera is. So for example, like when someone's standing in front of you, you're gonna keep it, like this. But when it's a camera, you gotta make it wide. Even when you're throwing hooks, instead of close hooks, you gotta throw them wide hooks, just so it looks better on camera. Which I completely understand, which every movie and television does. But that's what they were really impressed about the stunt double. They're like, what can you do? So I can do a little kicks in here and there. But my main point is fighting. I can throw. I used to be a boxer. I took boxing for a couple of years. They were like, okay, cool. Like, what can you show us? So I showed them a couple combos, and they were like, okay, we can use that. We use that mostly in every one of your fight scenes. So if you go back on some of my fights, and you'll see that I'm mostly like throwing jabs, when I'm throwing rights, or throwing hooks, or throwing uppercuts, and then of course mixing it with like the kicks and flips and back flips and making it all Jackie Chan style.
Hell yeah!
You already, yes.
That's right.
Ryan is the biggest Jackie Chan fan in the
Yes. I've all of his movies.
What do you think about Rush Hour?
Love it. I've all of them, man.
Too.
I mean, 2 was good, 3 was kind of okay, but 1 is my fave. And it was funny, like I legitimately used to work near the convention center where he filmed the final scene of Rush Hour 1, so I was like, damn.
A legend has been in here.
Yeah. And funny enough, one of the kids from my school, his dad actually worked on Rush Hour. He was one of the guys behind the scenes helping work on the film and stuff.
So that's crazy, man. Just seeing how people like on his level, the level of just iconish legend, how they work. I would love to just be behind the camera and just see how they work, see their preparation, and man, nothing but to learn from them. Greats.
Do you have any fun behind the scenes stories on the set of Power Rangers Beast Morphers that you can tell us?
Let me think about that one. Any fun behind the scenes? There's a couple. I'm just trying to see if it's appropriate to.
We are after dark. I'm joking.
Shoot. Any kind of stories, huh?
Yeah,
Any.
Any. I can't even think right now. It's just like I'm being put on the spot. A crazy story. Yeah, Ro, do you know of something crazy that happened? You guys know Rory's in here right now.
Shout out to Rory Travis, the Red Beast Morpher Ranger in the background.
Yeah. Any crazy stories? Can we come back to that?
Yeah.
I'm blanking right now, bro. Huh? Oh man, yeah. So, should I even say that? Yeah. All right, so that's the one that immediately came to my head. I remember it was our like weekend, and like me and some of the cast members, we went out to this nightclub, and it was this place called Future. We went there, we're having fun, and one of the bouncers just had it in for one of us. I'm not gonna name names of who, but he just had it in for one of us, and he just kept bullying that person, and to the point where my coworker, he felt uncomfortable, so he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I feel mad uncomfortable. Let's just go." And I was like, "Bro, we're chilling. Let's just have fun. You know, we're here. We're finally out. We're not filming tomorrow. Let's just relax and just dance." He's like, "All right, cool." And then the bouncer was like, "All right, you guys are out." So we got kicked out. And then while on the way out, he was making some like, you know, some slurs, some racial slurs and all of that. And I got angry. I was like, because we're not from here, you know, we're not from New Zealand. You guys can clearly tell that we're from, you know, we're foreign, we're from America. So I got a little pissed. So I was just like, bro, don't talk to him like that, you know, like it's not even like that. It came to this huge deal where I remember I just had to remind myself to calm down and you know, it's not that serious. We're here to film a season. And yeah, that was the end of that with him. We just walked home.
Can I add to that?
Oh my god!
Now, to add to that, I will say, you guys, what's good again? I will say that Jazz is the little big brother. All right, I'm older than Jazz. Most of us in the cast are older than Jazz, but Jazz definitely plays the big brother aspect because I'm telling you, you come at any of us. If anybody comes at us any type of way, this guy, right? So there's been many times, Jazz, and I personally say this myself, many times, and you know, where even I've had a bad day, and there's been a time where I just had to I walked out of a moving car, like I was done, like I was like, okay. Jazz, first one out of the car, follow me. Yo, bro, you're good. I'm like, I'm done, man. I'm done. It's like, no, you gotta just get yourself together, man. Like, you know, this guy is protector. So, you know, King Blue, you the cross.
Blue, thank you, man.
King
Blue. We gotta do a handshake right here.
What now?
Yes.
Rory, yes.
Hashtag King Blue. We're now calling it King Blue from now on.
Hashtag King Blue.
King Blue. Let's go. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it, baby.
So King Blue. Speaking of right, Jazz. So you did make a YouTube page.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that? And oh, by the way, I love your hot wing challenge thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a YouTube thing. Was basically just for me and my brothers to kind of do something together on a creative creative field. So I remember we used to have this friend, and he just bought this camera. He wanted to mess around with it. I was like, cool. And he was like doing music videos for some of my other friends. I was like, bro, let's just start a YouTube channel and see what can go from there. It could help us grow together. And once we start making money from it, I'll just split it, 3 ways. And they were like, cool, bet, whatever. So we did the first video and went mad viral. I think it got like 50, 60,000 views. And I was like, cool. And that was just an intro. That was just a 30-second intro. I was like, cool. I was like, we're on a good track, and I also have this amazing following, of course, from, Power Rangers. And then we did the Wings Challenge, and that Wings Challenge also did really, really good. And then my videographer, we did one more. I think it was like ordering the same thing as a person in front of us. We did that video, and that video did decent, because my videographer just started slacking. He wasn't really caring. He was lazy. So I eventually had to just fire him. And then I had this other one that I made, this recent one about a couple months ago, about a working out one, and me at the mall. So I did 2 of those, and I did 1 or 2 more YouTube videos. And then he also fell out. He got into real estate and he got super busy. He had to move away. So my YouTube is at a very standstill right now. I'm thinking about picking it up very soon once I find a reliable videographer, that's in it, that wants to make amazing content. That's when I'll pick it up again. And I know a lot of fans are like DMing me or, like commenting on the next YouTube video. I honestly don't know. It just kind of depends on when the right time is. But lately I just been doing TikToks.
So King Blue, we talked about this. Yeah. So we talked about this. I mentioned it earlier that you were part of this fan film called The Resurrection of Nikolai. Can you tell us your experience while working on that project?
Yeah, of course. So obviously before Power Rangers, is me and my really good friend Angel Alvarado, which was, he was my co-star in the movie. And we did it because I remember I just had this dream. It sounds weird, but it was a dream about, because I'm a Vampire Diaries fanatic. I love Rise of the Lycans, Van Helsing. I love all that, Lost Boys. And I just had this dream about this character. He wakes up in the in the modern century, but he somehow still remembers some of his past life or where he was a badass, but now he's more of like a nerd. He gets bullied a lot, and doesn't really fit into the normal society, as people would call it. And but in reality, he's this badass vampire for a couple centuries, about 100 centuries ago. And then I brought that up to my friend, and my friend was all like, yeah, whatever, bro. I mean, yeah, I'm guess. He's from my acting class. He's like, yeah, I guess we can do it. Wasn't really sure about if he was happy about it, but he was like, bro, if you want to do it, we'll just do it. I was like, cool. Then we locked down a videographer, that also went to our class. He did a couple other short films in Reno. I was like, cool, bro. I was like, we got this cool idea. We're just going to refine it a little bit, simplify it, and let's start. He's like, cool. So he put the whole crew together. Shout out to him. He put everyone together, the lighting, the AC, the DC, assistant director, cinematographer. So he put the whole crew together, and we started shooting about, I would say, 2 weeks later, and we shot for about 4 or 5 days, and we wrapped it up. And then he also bailed on us, the videographer. He was supposed to edit the whole thing. Exactly, bro. It's so hard finding reliable people. And so he also bailed on us, and he didn't edit anything. And he was supposed to edit it. He knew how to do special effects, how to fix the lighting and contrast the movie and give it color grading. We didn't know how to do none of that. And right around that time is where I booked Power Rangers. So I had to fly to New Zealand. I was getting, prepared for Power Morphicon and all this. I was very busy with that. And my friend was like, bro, don't even worry about it. He's like, I can just edit it. He's like, I can just watch some YouTube videos, how to edit. He's like, I can just buy Adobe, Premiere Pro, and I can just learn, I can mess around and see what I can do. And then he's like, cool, bro, just see what you can do. If it doesn't work out, I mean, it was a memory, But shout out to my boy, Angel Alvarado. He put it all together within a month. And we released it. And I'm super proud of the project. Of course, it was our first short film together. Just not going to be the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And it's always something to look back to and be like, this is where we started before, and now look where we are now.
Where you've come far, this far. Yeah.
Of course, and it's a very humbling experience. So just seeing that.
That's awesome. But yeah, like a lot of self-taught things you can find on YouTube. I had to learn how to do transitioning and stuff, because I use Vegas Pro, so I had to learn how to do transitioning. I learned how to do the lighting and stuff like that. It takes time, but yeah, you get the hang of it.
Yeah, you get the hang of it. Exactly. That's all it is. You just got to put in the time and just figure out, like the main things that you need to do, like lighting, you said, camera, and then transitions and smooth cuts, and also scoring the movie. But once you have that all figured out, and then you just practice on it, you pretty much get it down. Which I can't say that for myself, but obviously he finished it, so he probably picked it up very fast.
Definitely. So Jazz, we do have 2 more questions.
Okay.
Jazz, do you have any advice? Do you have any advice for any aspiring actor or actors that want to be in the TV industry or film industry? Yes.
I say this to a lot of aspiring actors, even back in my hometown. Get used to rejection, because in this field, in this acting field, music field, in this just industry, it's a very cutthroat industry. And if you're not used to rejection, if you're not used to hearing no all the time, because 99% of the time it's a no, and out of the 99 you get that 1%, the one time that it's a yes. So get used to hearing no. Just you go in there, you put in the best work you possibly can, and leave it out of your head, which I used to have that problem a lot. After audition, I'll just keep thinking about it. Oh, did I get it? When's the callback? Just get it out of your head. If it's meant to be, it will be. And that's one of the main advice that I could give, is just to keep working at your craft. Like I said, build thick skin, and you're going to build thick skin through hearing rejections, through getting many rejections. And if this is something you love, you will push through. If this is something that makes you happy, if you don't see yourself doing anything else than acting and then pursuing this, you're going to make it through. But if you're just in it for the fame, for the money, for the fans, whatever, it's going to be a very, very, very tough field. Because for me, for many years, it was a very tough field, because I wasn't used to hearing no. I had over, I would say, 300-400 auditions before I heard my first yes. And it was for a small role in Days of Our Lives. And then after 8 years, that's when I booked Power Rangers. So it does take a long time. Sometimes it takes shorter for a lot of people. For example, like Millie Bobby Brown. Some people, when it's their time, it's their time. But when you get someone like Kevin Hart, it took him 18 years to fully make a name for himself. It was his time then. So it's kind of about whenever it's your time, but always put the work in, stay driven, and always believe in yourself before anyone else believes in you. So believe in yourself, believe in your craft, believe in what you're doing, and and just staying positive. I know it's hard, especially in this day and age, but staying positive, it's very real. It happens. Whatever like law of attraction, whatever you attract, it comes back to you. If you're always negative, if you're all like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get this role, I don't think I'm gonna get it, I'm not good enough, you're probably not gonna get it. But if you go in there like, I did the best I could, and just leave it all in the room. And this is my gift to the casting directors. And if it's not right for this role, cool, I'll move on. Next thing you know, you end up booking that role. Because you went in there not being needy, not being like begging for the role, because casting directors hate that. You go in there confident, and confidence is the number one thing. You walk in there, head up, chest up, confident. You're confident in what you prepared, even if it's not the right choice. You put it up, you're confident, you leave the room with your head high, thank everyone, and then you just leave it up to the universe.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. Amen.
Thank you.
All right. And my last question to you, Jazz, with everything going on, what is your upcoming project that you can tell us and the fans about?
So yeah, I recently just wrapped on, we were doing a proof of concept for Amazon Prime. So I did 2 projects for that. One of them is called Capture Narcos by Andrew Arigolo and MJ Polo. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing their name right. But they're also from Reno too. And they have a deal they basically just make, they have like, for the first one, Capture Narcos, it was a producer from LA, Ramon, and he wanted to know if you can make it into a series, if you wanted to make it into a feature. So he wants to do a proof of concept for Amazon Prime, and it's going to be on it's in film festivals right now, so it'll be on Amazon Prime, and within, I would say, the next 2 to 3 months. It could be sooner, it could be later. And then my other project, Black Eyes, EYES, that one's going to be on Amazon Prime also in the next 2 to 3 months. So that they're both circulating the film festivals right now. And you guys can all check this out on my IMDb. Then there's a trailer on Capture Narcos and Black Eyes, and on YouTube, or you can just go to my page. I have links to all of that. There's posters on there, and I'm usually very good at updating people about my recent projects, unless it's on an NDA and everything. But that's most of what's going on right now, aside from these cons that I'm at.
Awesome.
All right then. So guys, be sure to catch Black Eyes and Catching Narcos, right?
Capture Narcos, yes.
Capture Narcos. The next 2 to 3 months, people, on Amazon Prime.
Yes, sir.
Go promote that.
Go promote it. Speaking of which, so Blue King, some of the fans have questions for you. You ready for them?
Oh, okay. Get it.
First off, we want to say our biggest fan actually wants to say hi to you. He says, greetings, Pratamish Marsikas says greetings from Mumbai, India.
Yes.
And also one of our members. So yes, Jen, out to you.
Genesis.
So Jen.
Real quick, guys, I think there's an audio issue. So
yes.
Give me 1 second. Hold up. I'm gonna take you out and put you back in, Jazz. All right, hold up 1 second. All right.
Cool. Here.
Mike, good. Okay,
yeah,
good.
So Jen says wants to say hi to you. Was one of our members. She actually loves your character a lot.
That's one of your members?
Yeah.
Yep. She's actually mad that we took the picture at MorpherCon. She's been angry texting me this entire time.
He's been angry texting you?
Jen.
Genesis, what's up? What's up?
Yes. Let's see. Oh, so Pratimesh's question is, have you seen any episodes or clips of the Ryugo Busters, and also did you study your Sentai counterpart, Ryuji Iwatake?
I saw a little bit, but I don't want to watch too much of that just because I didn't want it to be mimicking that character and how he was. So I remember just seeing his movements, seeing his style about how he carries himself. But I didn't watch a lot of it just because I didn't want it to come off as, as a gimmick. to that character.
Right.
And then Jen's back. She's asking, "How's it collaborating with the TikTok Rangers?" Oh, I saw it.
Come on now, Genesis, you've been Yo, is she live right now?
Yeah, I think she is. I'm actually texting her like now, like if we're live. I don't know, but yeah,
I want to know if she saw the reveal for that too. Yeah, how do you like collabing with the TikTok Rangers? Yes, it was amazing. I mean, they're an amazing bunch of group. Let me see if I can actually. I'll show you guys after. Yeah, so they were amazing. They they were very big Ranger fans. Everyone grew up with Power Rangers, and they just came together as a big group. They're like, hey, how about we do something together? And we become the Power Rangers, just bring smiles to kids' faces and to, people out on TikTok, because there is a lot of negativity on TikTok right now. And they just wanted to bring smiles and everything. So they were like, cool, they did it. And I remember Jacqueline Sislowski, she tagged me in one of their videos and they were dancing. I was like, ooh, this goes hard. So I commented and I go, when's the collab? And they DM me right away. They're all like, let's make it happen, Blue. And then I would say in a span of like a week, we flew out. They flew out myself. They flew out Rory, and Jackie was already in Los Angeles. They're very catering. They paid for everything. And then we were so excited to meet them because they were, the TikTok stars. They're very excited to meet us because we're the real Power Rangers. So it's like a hand-in-hand agreement that we had. And we made some amazing TikToks, with individuals and also as a group, as a TikTok Ranger group.
I actually watched that and that was like really chill. That was actually cool too. I actually liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Too. That was actually good moves too.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Yoza Adutama as asking, hi Jazz, what is your favorite season outside Beast Morphers? Or have you actually watched other seasons?
I don't really have a favorite season. There are some seasons that I enjoyed a little bit more than others, but I don't particularly have a favorite season. But I would say the season that I really enjoyed was why am I spacing it right now? So Ninja Steel I really enjoyed. And then I would say Ninja Steel. I would say Ninja Steel really stood out to me just because how they had Yoshi as in Dino Charge and then Peter in Ninja. So those one really stood out. But my favorite Power Ranger out of all the Power Rangers is the one that really caught my eye was Yoshi Sudarso. So he's the one that every time I watch his coda, it's amazing. Like even when he doesn't have lines on screen, he's in the moment. And that's what I look forward to. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Bogan Kawada is asking, given that Ravi's but a painter and a musician, do you play any music instrument in real life or have a favorite style of art? Classic, Renaissance, Romantic, Cubist, Impressionist, etc.
Unfortunately, I do not play any musical instruments in real life except for singing. I guess singing is a little bit of a musical instrument, right? Yeah, so a little bit of that, but I do I was talking to my brothers and they also want to do it with me too. We were all trying to get into piano and violin. So in the near future, we want to take classes for, I think my brother wants to do violin and I want to do piano.
Nice. I'm trying to learn how to do saxophone.
How is it? Is it hard?
No, I'm going to. I was trying to until COVID happened, because I just want to do sexy saxophone player. So.
Hey, but that Leo, I can actually play that song on my drums.
Exactly. You said you play drums?
Yeah, I play drums.
Oh, that's dope, bro. See, how is it? How long did it take you to learn?
I started learning because my dad used to be a drummer when he was in college, and then he taught to me when I was like 7 or 8. It took me 7 years to fully master it, and then I took percussion drumming in high school. So overall, I've been doing it for like maybe 10, 11, 12 years now.
Ooh. Yeah. So you can get down on a drum.
Yeah. I'm a little rusty though. I haven't played for like 4 years after graduate high school, but whatever.
Still, you got the mind muscle connection.
I did African drumming when I was a kid. I can't remember which. It was a tribal African drumming. I did it for like summer camp.
How was that?
That was intense because I also had to learn some of the moves and stuff like that too.
See, that sounds fun. I wish I was getting into an instrument like that. Anything.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, This is controversial. DC or Marvel?
Oh God.
Yeah, I can't answer that. My future job.
It's called Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, alright.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Pratamish.
What's your Indian food?
Oh, chicken tikka masala and garlic naan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, don't play. Come on, man.
I actually had that for lunch. I actually had a chicken masala for lunch.
Bro, it's so good. Chicken tikka masala spicy with some garlic naan. Ooh, wee.
You're about to make me hungry, Jazz.
You been thinking about it. Dang. Sounds good, right?
Ken Brown. What was it like seeing the Mighty Morphin Rangers on set? Oh, the actual,
What was it like seeing the Mighty Morphin Rangers on set? Amazing. I mean, just like I was saying before, like Austin St. John, learning a lot from that guy. Super humble, and that's what I aspire to be when I'm considered a legendary ranger like him. When I do come back for reunion episodes in the future, I do want the current cast to be like, dang, he's very giving, by information about how he was on his time and how life is after Power Rangers. So just that, just being surreal, just meeting Austin St. John.
Ken Brown. Ravi vs. Avatar Roxy season 1 or Ravi vs. Robo Roxy season 2? Oh yeah, I guess we'll have both dual fights. Forgot.
I would say Ravi versus. I don't know. I think Avatar Roxy was a little bit more sly. She's more sneaky than Robo Roxy. So I would say Ravi versus Avatar Roxy.
That's my favorite fight too. Especially in the final. He just put two in her and she just blows up. I'm like,
exactly. It was more like, whoa.
Double tap. When we saw it, I'm like, he just double tapped her.
I was like, oh!
I'm like this. Double tap.
Blasters. Blasters.
Seth Martinez. I'm a cousin. What's it like filming your musical scene? Oh, great to be human.
It was amazing. Like, I remember, as a kid when you watch High School Musicals, you're like, that's so cool. Like, that's dope. And they're singing and they're playing basketball. They're having a good time. It's a vibe. Same thing. And when we were at the table read and we saw the musical episode, we all kind of looked at each other like, this is real. And our executive producer is sitting right in front of us. He's like, yeah, so, we're doing a musical episode that's never been done before. And I remember just going in on our days off, bro, just meeting the instructor. That was also Dr. K. She's the one that taught us. And just meeting for 14 hours, or like on our days off, we'd be there for like 4 or 5 hours just training, and I can't dance at all. So I had Rory, Jacqueline, Liana, AB. They would all teach me, be off scenes, behind the scenes. And I remember it was a very stressful process for me, especially because, like I said, I'm not a strong dancer. But overall, bro, when I'm looking back at it, it was such an amazing experience because that hasn't been done before in the Power Ranger history. And it also brought us so much more together. It brought us together. It made us more like, it was just exciting. It was just like, whoa, we get to do something different that's never been done in our season 2. It was just, you can't even explain it. It's amazing.
Nice.
And the outfits were on point. The outfits, Abraham killed that role.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And he did. Killed it.
And that was also my favorite episode too of the whole season.
He gave it a 10 out of 10. Like, he was gone and he gave it a 10 out of 10. And I'm like, okay, clearly, like, this episode was for me, but I do love it because I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of musicals. Yeah, he is. There are certain musicals I really do enjoy, but I'm like, this episode I really like. And I gave it a high score too.
Woo! I think Abraham, just like how you guys were saying, how Abraham, he brought so much life to that episode, because I know he was the most excited about the music because it was his episode, the Silva switch. So him just, it was amazing just seeing him just getting so excited and just killing it. He was so prepared, and just, as you guys can already see, and as many other fans saw, that episode, he killed it.
Did.
Shouts to Abraham. Shout
out.
We want to give a shout out to Mirandaros Bianca. Sorry about your name. I sent you a hug from Argentina. Oh, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Matt Howard says greetings from Bluffton, Indiana.
What's up, Bluffton, Indiana?
And this mysterious person that I don't know who says, "Can I come?" Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Dude, I have no clue who that dude is. I'm sorry, guys.
Who is you?
Who is this guy? I don't know who.
Right now.
Who is you?
What? Who is he? 911.
Oh god. Let's see. Cody Boy says, "Spreading the love, homie. Spreading the love."
Spreading the love, man.
Oh, Cody.
Cody. This question from Matt. What do you think of Dino Charge Rangers on set?
What did I think? I mean, the same thing, man. When they were on set, because we were all on set at the same time where Austin St. John was there too. And it was crazy, bro, because it was Davi, it was James, it was Yoshi, it was Brennan, and they had their keeper and everything. It was very different seeing how they were as their cast. Because before every take, it's just me and my cast members where we have inside jokes, or we have a different way of preparing for the scene. We're like, all right, let's get in the moment, whatever. They had a different way of doing it their own way. They had a way, they were more just, they were so excited to just be there too. And we were so excited to have them. So just being on set with them, the whole set energy was just crazy. And I remember a couple times our instructors like, guys, keep it down, relax. You guys are being too loud, but it was just such an exciting moment. And then on top of that, you got Austin St. John, like, I'm having the best time of my life. So yeah, so just working with them, like I said, it gave an amazing energy to the cast, amazing energy to the environment. There was so much love, so much support, and they're my boys. They're my boys for life.
Let's see. Oh. Go Busters will do 10 years after. Will there be a Beast Morphers reunion movie? Hope so. We would like to see it 10 years from now.
Hey, with everything that went down in the last episode, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be dope if they had a Beast Morphers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Chip. I know you're watching this. Make it happen.
Chip, Hasbro, we get that 10-year anniversary. That we need that long-term planning right now.
Exactly. Let me get that deal in right now. Sign the deal.
For the wrestling fans, long-term booking, 10-year reunion. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we'll do a few more. Ken Brown, what was it like holding said staff? Oh yeah, you did hold it.
It was crazy because I remember when I first picked it up. And I think I almost broke it the first time. Because I picked it up the wrong way. And then Tom, our prop guy, he came over. He's like, you need to be careful with this, You can't be just jam. Because I think I was jamming it into because there was like dirt where it was. It was something like that. And I remember almost breaking it. And he came over. He's like, hey, you got to be real careful with this. This was like, and I knew. I was like, yeah, I know. It's the staff, but I'm just having fun with it. But holding it, you felt powerful, like, yeah, I remember seeing this in the show. Now I got it. What's up now? Yeah, so it felt cool just seeing all like the old school, like blasters, the staff, and then seeing, Shaku, seeing, what's that guy? Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, very cool. Yeah, it felt like I was picking up Thor's hammer.
He's worthy.
He's definitely worthy. He is worthy, people.
I got it. Big Blue. King Blue.
King Blue is worthy.
Oh, good question. Would you do a comeback in Dino Fury? Or would you?
Yeah. Let's make it happen, Christian. Of course. Because I remember me and Rory, we were just talking about it today, how much we miss New Zealand, about the food, the culture, the people, the crew. And I think it'd be super, super dope if they brought us back if we fit into this Sentai, of course, for Dino Fury. And yeah, I'm all game. I'm all game to go this year. Well, next year.
Awesome.
Once again, Hasbro, let's bring it back. Bring it back.
And Hasbro, let's make it happen.
Okay, so question here. Okay, fine. A Power Rangers multiverse movie right now. Yes, let's make it.
They've already confirmed it's a multiverse.
Come on, let's make it happen.
Yeah, there's
Earth. We have Earth 1, RPM's Earth 2, Dino Charge's Earth 3, that 95 movie's Earth 95 or Earth 4, Earth X is that fan film, Earth 17 is that Power Rangers movie. Other 21 is all the fan films that Power Rangers
Exactly.
making. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Hasbro.
Let's make it happen, Hasbro. You see this?
Power Rangers Multiverse Madness. Let's go. Come on, man.
There you go. Let's go. Wasting time. Let's go.
Matt Howard, what kind of singer do you sing? Oh, maybe what singer do you like?
What kind of singer? So I like all kinds of singers. I'm very open to like what genre that I do listen to. I listen to pop, hip hop, some jazz, and Chopin. So out of pop, I would say I really like Pop Smoke, Sway Lee, Justin Bieber. Who else do I listen to? There's a couple other cats that I really, really like. There's a couple like underground rappers too that I listen to. So right now on my phone, I got I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's like Giveon. He was in the song Chicago Freestyle with Drake.
Oh
yeah. I know.
Yeah. I've been hearing his music, and of course like ASAP. I love Kodak. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it that I can see at the top of my list right now. Drake, of course.
Oh, okay. We'll do one more, guys. Have you listened to K-pop?
I have not, but I know they're popping though.
Oh, K-pop. I listen to K-pop.
Yeah, I have yet to listen to K-pop, but I know that they're popping, and I know they have amazing fans. I see them all over IG, but I've yet to listen to them. That'll be on my to-do list.
Oh, and our friend Cody says, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
what have you done? What have you done? We're trying to make this movie happen, baby. That's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to do, Cody. Come on now. Right?
You already know. You're playing, Cody. You're trying to make this multiverse thing happen. It's canon. Exactly. Let's get the money.
Later, yo.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Okay, so before we leave, Jazz. Actually, no, Leo, you asked a request from Paratimish. Can you do your morph call?
Of course. Do you want the full thing?
Full thing.
The whole thing.
I got you guys. Come on now.
All right, hold on. Let's get out so we can do it. Hold up.
Come on now. Ready? You usually run in. Rory's laughing at me. Okay.
It's Morphin time! Activate Beast Power! Ha!
There you guys go.
He did the thing, guys. He did the thing.
Come on now.
He did the thing.
Every time I do it, I feel so energetic after. I'm like, yeah.
Man, only we could see you like at Morphicon 4 months ago. Yeah.
Hey, Morphin's gonna happen. We just gotta speak that into existence.
I think they moved it to what, June now?
Yes.
Yes.
June, right?
It's gonna happen. We gotta speak that into existence. So
I'm excited to go this year too, but COVID happened, of course. So let's make it happen next year, bro. Make some memories. Have a good time.
And you made a lot of people happy. Getman Dadadowsk.
Getman and Oscar. Let's get it. Let's get it popping.
Yes, and of course Jen says yes. Oh my gosh. And Bartimus, you're welcome. You're the biggest fan.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, this ends the interview. So before we leave, King Blue, where can they find you in social media?
Yes, they can find me on Instagram at Jazz Banduwalia, JazzBaduwalia. They can also find me on Twitter under J Baduwalia. Facebook is my full name, Jazz Meet Baduwalia, and my TikTok is J Baduwalia. Same thing, J at JBADUWALIA.
Awesome. And
I'm also making exclusive content only for TikTok that I won't be posting on IG. So if you guys want to see some exclusive fun stuff, me goofing around, having fun, go ahead and go to my TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, and where can they find you, Leo?
Yes.
You guys should find me on Twitter, Instagram, @reckless_fox, YouTube, @reckless_fox, and find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/recklessfox. And if you want more content, myself and a few members of Morpher Network, we do our video game podcast every weekend. Just go to SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, type in the Struggle Game Podcast, and we're right there. And this weekend, we will be covering tonight's Game Awards, and a lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened.
I have legit done a media blackout, so no spoilers. And I'm watching the encore reaction afterwards. We're doing an encore reaction after this. And Ryan, where can the people find you, bro?
Okay, you can find me at Instagram Dancerboy347 at Instagram. Perfect. And also follow me on New Nerdy as I do articles. On that said, all right, guys, thank you so much, and thank you, Jazz, for being.
Thank you guys so much for having me, and I apologize for the time, man.
I know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun, bro.
Yeah, what's that?
That's fun, bro.
Oh, they were amazing, bro. Toy Pit, they're amazing people. Mike and Stockton. Mike and Stockton, they're amazing boys. They took us out to eat, and very, very, very giving. And yeah, I love them. I love them. Shout out to the Toy Pit. That's where we'll be. That's where we will be this Sunday.
Awesome.
Toy Pit
In Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Let's go, Mike. Come on now.
All right, guys, this is Morpher Network, and this is Jazz Banduwalia, the Blue Beast Super Ranger, signing out. Bye, guys.
Signing out.